No.
What's going on, guys? It's Lubin here with No Man Walks Alone. We're going to walk you through the drop that we've got this week. We have a special guest coming in, the designer, the man behind 3sixteen, or I guess one of them. He's Andrew Chen, going to walk us through the small little capsule we have for the early drop from 3sixteen. Do you want to give him like an introduction to the brand?
Yeah, really exciting. This is our 20th year in business. We started out making shirts and jeans and sweatshirts. Our focus over the years has been on denim, but we've been really proud of the developments that we've been making on our collection side. And so this year we have a lot of special edition 20-year products, but alongside that is our seasonal collections, and we're just really thankful to be working with No Man Walks Alone, and also have like a really good representation of of this drop. I think it gives a good idea of what we were after. It gives you, a good look at the color palette, and it makes sense when there's a nice spread of it. So yeah, excited to join you on the video and to talk a little bit about what we have here.
Sweet, yeah. Well, right on. Thank you for coming. The first thing we've got is some knitwear. This is something we actually missed out this past fall winter. We were really stoked on it. Their knitwear collection, or what is it called? I forget it. The knitwear program has been something we've been really stoked for, and excited to see it, but things kind of went awry last season. But now we're coming back and stronger than ever with their lace cardigan. It's like a collared cardigan. You've seen them do it before, but this time it has like these waves of like top stitching going down and some nice negative space with these little lace cutouts. You want to talk about how y'all landed on this?
Yeah, this is great. It is a 85% Pima cotton, 50% baby alpaca. So it feels like a cotton cardigan at first, but the baby alpaca gives it a little bit of extra like hairiness and softness to it. It's really lightweight. So this is a very versatile piece that you can wear in the summertime. I love how y'all styled on the mannequin, like just as a shirt.
Yeah.
But yeah, throw this over a tank top when it's a little warmer of a day. Looks really great over like a button down as well. You could just wear this with thrash jeans.
Yeah.
You could put it together with some pleated slacks. Yeah, I really like it. And the weight, again, is what makes this really easy to wear.
Yeah, because it is a cardigan, it's knitwear. You might think it's like a little bit light, especially with like some alpaca wool in there, but it's primarily cotton. So wearing it on skin, it's not going to be scratchy at all. It's going to be very smooth, and that open space keeps it like very flowy, very
breezy.
Yeah.
We work with a knitwear manufacturer out in Peru, and what's great about them is a couple of things. Their cotton is all grown locally. The alpaca yarns are also, the alpaca llamas are raised locally as well.
Yeah.
So they have relationships with all the farmers. There's very little distance that the materials have to travel to get to where they need to go. And the factory just places a high value on nonprofit work alongside it. They have a nonprofit arm that supports women entrepreneurs and also contributes to the alpaca farmers as well. So they're like just heavily invested in the entire supply chain and in the local community. So beyond all that, they make a beautiful sweater.
Yeah. No, very sick. So, yeah, thanks for the insight on that. So yeah, great knits, super sick knitwear. Next coming up, another shirt that we got coming on. Their work shirt. You're used to seeing this in like maybe like an olive green, very like military HBT kind of a fabric. But now that you guys have moved production to India for a lot of the like cotton garments, you're getting to see these like really sweet, like hand loomed, highly textured. So it still follows that theme. There's still a herringbone somewhere in there. You can kind of see that. Hopefully it picks up on the screen. But it's that same work shirt shape. So
it's actually like an exploded herringbone, right? I mean, you would see this in a much finer, smaller pattern on a military HBT.
Yeah.
But this is a much more exaggerated herringbone twill. This is our camp shirt style, and these angled pockets, that's a detail that we found on old LL Bean like outdoors shirts.
Yeah.
But we added a little bit of an open loop collar here. This is sized a little bit more generously than the cross-cuff flannel that we both have on.
Yep.
So you can take your normal size. You can actually go down a size if you want it a little slimmer, but true to size gives you room to throw it on over another shirt.
Yeah.
So it does function nicely as almost like a pseudo outerwear piece when it's a little warmer out.
Yeah, which is probably how we'd style it. We're like big on like shirt jackets or things that kind of lean both ways. I think with the weight of this, you probably would wear it over something else most times. You can wear it on its own, like why not? We've got our man Ken Sean here styling it perfectly as an overshirt. So you can wear it over a tee or over a nice little polo like he's doing.
Yeah. I'm digging this piece. It's like very soft. It's not like a scratchy piece. It's handloomed very, very soft. The exploded herringbone adds a whole bunch of texture, and I love the boxiness. You can still wear your polos, wear your shirts, whatever you want to wear. Wear turtleneck underneath. Like this is across seasons. You don't just have to wear it for like spring, summer. Really cool layering piece.
Yeah.
Yeah, I took a size XL, by the way.
Oh, there you go. See, XL.
Yeah.
He usually has to get like a double X for a fit like that, but XL, you're chilling, take your true size. You're going nice. And then the other new sweet little like texture top we have coming on is your shop jacket with this like geometric shaped jacquard. A lot of like diagonals crisscrossing in and out. Bunch of really, really sweet like cool gray tones. And these nice like black horn buttons y'all finish it with, I think is really, really sick compared to like a lot of the more natural tones we'll see in a lot of other things.
Yeah, I like this one a lot. This is we call it like a zigzag jacquard, but it is kind of like a chevron, like mismatched chevron pattern. Jacquard is cool. Your customers are obviously pretty fabric savvy, so I don't need to explain what a jacquard is, but it's, it's woven in. This is not printed on. It's highly textured. And it is quite breezy and comfortable.
Yeah.
This is our first delivery of spring, so in future deliveries it's going to be mostly like short sleeve shirts and whatnot, but this is something that you can wear all the way through spring, summer pretty easily.
Yeah, I think especially coming off comparing it from like this to this, while this is a shirt and this is a jacket, this definitely wears lighter and more breezy than something like that. And the fit, I think, is also much more generous than this too. This fits like a proper jacket in your true size. Similar, like very boxy, really sweet details on it. I remember seeing like in like the inspiration book, they all had that this was like from a like brutalist architecture, like slabs of just like stone.
Slabs of concrete, right?
Yeah.
So the colors and the angles all kind of reference back to that. But besides that, it's just like I don't know, this could be the one kind of louder thing in your work, in your fit, and everything else could be a little chill.
Yeah, so this one's really, really sweet. And then coming back, we have a shape, a style that we've had time and time again. We're actually wearing it together right now, so I guess I need to hold it. Why not? We can show off details. The cross-cut flannel, this time in a bit of a different fabric, not exactly a flannel. I mean, it's still like a bit brushed, it's soft like a flannel, but it is like that Indian hand-loomed, really super textured, lightweight cotton. You can kind of see there's like slub running like up and down, left and right. So like there's a bunch of like just intersecting lines. They kind of coincide with that plaid, intersecting lines, very thematic, very cool. And you get that signature cross cut on the back. This is your first time doing like a flannel, like something this lightweight? Like
We've done some lighter weight ones in the past. I think in the fall, winter, people expect something a little bit heavier and more robust from us. But the crosscut has kind of been a mainstay in the collection since our first one came out in 2008. So it's just been something that people have known and recognized from the brand. The angled pockets.
Some construction,
yeah.
all good.
Woodpecker.
Yeah, angled pocket flaps, enamel, metal buttons that kind of chip over time. A lot of vintage work shirts. When you see them with a metal button, you start to see some of the raw metal coming through.
Okay.
And so these are made exactly the same way. So if you beat the shirt up over time, like you might start to see some of that chip off, which is part of the beauty of good clothes that show patina over time. You mentioned the slub in the fabric. I really, really, really love that about it. One of the manufacturing strengths of moving our production to India, some of our production to India, is the fact that we can now spec fabrics down to the thread level. When we were working with mills in Japan, minimums were very high, and it was really difficult to kind of design a flannel from the ground up. We were able to spec out inconsistent yarn thicknesses. So when you talk about slub, it means that the yarn is not super, super uniform. There's parts that are thinner, some parts that are thicker and hairier. And when you weave it, you get these inconsistent lines that start to pop out here and there. And what's cool about it is that over time, as you wear it and as you wash it, the fabric actually, stretches and shrinks and settles in. So the pattern actually gets a little bit more three-dimensional. Because the texture just kind of makes the check move a little bit. Aside from that, this is, I would say, cut a little bit slimmer than the camp shirt.
Yeah, definitely.
And so a little bit more true to size. But yeah, the weight's really nice for springtime. This is, a pretty easy shirt to wear when it's warm out.
Yeah, I mean, you can see it. You could wear it traditionally like an overshirt, like Andrew's wearing, in an XL, and then I'm wearing a double X, so it definitely does fit a bit slim. But it also just feels really, really smooth, light on skin. It's definitely a bit. I'm dressing a bit cooler than I should today. It's very, very cold, and it's not hot outside at all. So definitely got a layer with something like this. But yeah, very sick. Love this. The colors that you guys did, this like nice, cool gray, almost like a slate, a little bit bluish.
That's exactly what
and
we
this
call it.
mauve, which I think is like a kind of like a bit unexpected, I think, from like a lot of other things. You see a lot of like nice warm colors, but this pink I think is really sweet, really spring, good season, and it just like naturally pairs well with a lot of like things you do. Denim from like anything from like a very, very washed blue all the way up into a black denim, which we're getting our first pair of black denim from 3sixteen, and also an all new cut for us at least. Your classic straight fit.
Yep.
Yeah. Is that something y'all had like from the beginning of like the denim program, the CS?
So funny story. We started making the CS about 8 years ago.
Okay.
And it was predominantly made for some of our European denim shops that liked a more vintage cut.
Yeah.
Stateside at that time, 8 years ago, everybody was looking for like a slim jean.
Yeah.
So the cut never resonated here at the time. We sold it in Europe for a couple years. It was available to everybody, but nobody was really checking for it. We laid it to rest, and then in 2020, some of our team members were like already requesting that we make CS as samples for themselves, just for selfish reasons, and we just decided to run it again, and it's been really, really well received. I think that this is CT is our best selling fit. Mm-hmm. It's this with a little bit more taper from the knee down.
Yeah.
But I would say our number 2 best selling fit right now would be the CS. So I'm glad to have it back. It's not a wide jean.
Yeah, I wouldn't say so.
Yeah, it's definitely more relaxed than the other cuts in our lineup, but it's a vintage straight leg. It's got a higher rise. It's got room in the top block. And the cool thing about the CS is you can kind of play with how you want to wear it.
Yeah.
You can go true to size, and it actually looks kind of slim. You can size up, and it can be a little bit more relaxed. Like this is the CS as well.
Mm-hmm. Same here.
But then our shop manager Gabe, when he wears it, because he's 6'5", I think, it actually looks a little bit slimmer on him because there's a lot of leg, and also people really like the CS because it works very well with tailored clothing with the higher rise.
Yeah.
You can tuck a shirt into it really nicely, and and it sits well, and you're not stuff isn't popping out when you're bending over. This is a black stonewash. It is a 12-ounce Japanese selvage denim that is custom woven for us by Kuroki Mills, and we offer this jean in a deep black. And for the first time last year, we started stonewashing it. So yeah, when we say a deep double black, that means that both the warp and the weft side are black. And yep, red line selvage, and just like a nice black denim that looks like you've had it in your closet for a really long time.
Yeah, and that's what I like about it. I feel like a lot of like really when you start wearing out your denim, I remember like back in the day people would get like black denim, and as you wear it, like that white warp thread would just like show like pretty quickly after some wear. So then you have to like toss and get a new black jean because you want something that's like consistently black. And I think that really gives you this. I think the color that you get here with that stone wash seems to be like something that'll carry for a while. Like how much deeper do you think this will fade with time? Like
not a ton.
Black, right?
Yeah, not a ton. I mean, it's been through like a pumice stone wash, and so it will still change over time, but not a whole lot. I don't think you really notice it. And this isn't a jean that looks super formal either, right? It's something that you just wear a little bit more casually, and so if it does change a little bit, that's okay.
Yeah, and I'm wearing them now. I'm taking my true size 36 in these, and they're definitely not a wide jean. I have like some of our like wider cut jeans from Galen's, and you definitely get a lot more room. But this fits like just in good classic straight cut. I think a good like just standard jean from anybody if you're wearing more street or more tailored stuff, like you said, definitely works well. And I like it's finished with this black suede cowhide pocket on the back. I think a lot of the stuff you guys do usually has like brown or like a shade of brown at least.
Yep.
And this black, I think just, it makes sense, full tonal.
Fits in well.
Really good denim. And yeah, that is it for 316 for this season's drop. We are getting more?
Yes.
316? Yeah.
Yes.
So definitely be on the lookout if you've been a fan of this. And any last words on this?
No, thank you all for the support thus far. All the No Man Walks Alone customers were happy to be part of the mix, and stoked to see how this does.
Sweet, yeah, man. Thanks so much.
Thanks for having me.
All right, guys. Yeah, catch you next video.